could work. Hopefully we don't get the weird shit that happened yesterday. I don't know what the fuck happened yesterday. It's a completely different thing. Let's open for a little bit more. There you go. Alright, we can get on the rodeo then. I'll tell you, how to investigate. Investigate the knife. Definitely on the ground. Is this... Must be a knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it all over here. One file said the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean this knife was what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife looks really familiar. Wait, is this... That's it! It's a knife that person was holding. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab that same mass attacker we found here. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because when they attacked I was kind of in a trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife. And maybe then and if this really is Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko's the one who attacked me. But why the mask? Just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No. No, it can't be. There's no way. Knife at the crime scene. This looks like fragments of something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but it feels like there's something to look for. Where? Wait, was it there? Let's double check that later. Check the body more thoroughly. Maybe then I'll find out if it was Kyoko or not. Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they get in the way of normal activity. Fake nails. Strange about the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it. It explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burned up. There's only one little piece left. That it? No? This is a separate thing? The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. That's because it got set on fire and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half was still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? Exploded body analysis. Oh wait, I need to talk to people. Listen, Makoto, do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up? I don't know if I remember right. He was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there's a nice stick down the stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Bacula said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody, but for now, for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Okay.
Well, thanks, that was a big help. Now that you explain it, I totally remember how it looked. What happened to talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better, too. So, thank you, too. That is true. There's not a lot of blood on the ground for how much is there. Could have been some from being stabbed, at least a little bit on the ground. Is there any? I guess the sprinklers could have... Wait. Wait. Why is the body not wet? The sprinklers should have gone off. That body should have been soaked. So what does that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore. I didn't mean to click the damn camera. I'm trying to click with this face. Good thing, Makoto. I want to talk about it. What do you want to talk about?
So, in other words...
I'd like to hear your alibi. Alibi?
In other words...
Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, 6, so I was asleep all night. But why are you asking about that now? It's what nighttime got to do with it.
Naturally.
Isn't obvious? The murder took place after nighttime. How do you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hero's been spending most of his time in the garden last few days, so I figured he'd be here. I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here.
In other words...
So the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime, after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, and Hina and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's room to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all 4 of us have airtight alibis. The only one who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
That's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well.
What?
But you never came to the door, so where precisely were you? I'm telling you the truth, I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so that's hardly an alibi. I know. So what now? You seem to be at quite a disadvantage here. Only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Yeah, it's getting really one-sided here. It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and...
You're serious?
Well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? Look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock as usual, and I headed for Dine Hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. When I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting, next, Toko went to get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? Now then, Toko, what time is it? I was at the gym. It was just before 9 o'clock, so probably 9 on the dot now. That's right. It had to have been around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. Got everything? Got chicken. Count 4 chickens. Huh? 4?
Yo!
What's going on, Makoto? Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, you remember how many chickens were there in there? Of course, you're precisely 5. You're right.
Huh?
What's wrong? There's only 4 chickens here now. One short. That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared.
What?
I was down here just before nighttime last night. There were definitely 5 chickens then.
What?
What were we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world.
Conspiracy!
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hero folks' problem at hand. No shit. Why didn't one of the chickens disappear? Could he be related to the case? It might be. Let's go check out the tool shed. Be sure to look at the tool shed. Hey, there's paper that was there that wasn't there before. Just disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. Is this a tarp? Wait, was there a tarp in here before? I should probably look into that. Could be related to the case. No shit, let me look at the tarp. The tarp is wet and covered with mud and grime, but the underside, totally clean and completely dry. I don't know if that tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. Tarp. That's the one thing here that concerns me. Doesn't look like anything else is out of place. Oh, not that big. There's tools and nothing to do with the case. I thought so. I think it's everything with the tool shed. Sure, it's really paper plastic people. Anyway, I don't think it's really the case. I don't think it's paper. Nothing else on the ground. Maybe I'll go click on the lawnmower anyways? I don't think they... Yep, I know. I don't care, but they can so. That guy's connected to Mondo somehow. It's definitely intriguing, but it's not the time to worry about it. That it? Oh shit, what is that? Oop, there ain't goose in the far left. Flower pot's nothing to do with the case. Okay, so there's nothing in here. There's nothing in the chicken coop. What the fuck am I missing?
In other words, that's right.
I don't know. Like, I have no fucking clue. Oh, right there! Panel control the sprinklers. If it's at 7:30 every morning, the moral course of the time possibly can never change. Hold on. We turned on 7:30 this morning, that the body was here before then. The sprinklers should have gone wet, which would mean the murder must have taken place somewhere else. I think I've checked everything I need to in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically, that fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions. And I still need to find out more about Kyoko. The court said that Kyoko, that's true. That also Kyoko had attacked me last night? I can't find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. The key to her room?
It's all clear now.
Oh, simply limit your options. I can't let it engage further suspicious activity. Alright, that's bullshit. I don't have a choice. I have to see if he'll let me guard the room key. Damn, back to you come up with an alibi. I'd be happy to hear it later at the class trial. Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? So what I can borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all. Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then, will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to care. Find me again later.
Goodbye.
We'll see. Depending on my mood, I may go with you, or I may not. Got that one here. Yep. To the gym! It was late to smell the floor, but figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
Found something. What is it? Oh, right. And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden. Fragments of your dead body, but not updated. Okay, check everything else I can think of. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. We should head back to the garden and ask him back in play. But he's annoying, and I remembered I can fast travel. You go soon, Bacula?
Let's go.
You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go. Oh, right for me, Bacula. Walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. Well then, here we go. Bacula took out the key and slid into the keyhole, and then a click. And it's open. Looks like it, thanks. Oh, we can see Kyoko's room. Kyoko's room is basic. That's a symbol. This is Kyoko's room. There's something on the table. It's a wood block decoration?
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? A I think it's probably a key. Lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Bacula doing something like that.
It's certainly
Is a key.
possible.
I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure something's in the dojo that this might go to. The dojo? The woodblock. Really? I can't. Oh, the drawers that could contain a clue. We're not even gonna look at. I don't see anything interesting here. At least not as far as the case is concerned. You don't have a trash can. Here's the bathroom. She might have certain articles hanging out to dry. You better not look inside. That it? That really it? That's really it. That is fucking boring.
What?
Coming right. So what is he looking for? Nothing in particular. Just thought we might find some kind of clue here. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
Kyoko. You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time on our search to come here? Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Seriously, you have something more concrete. Something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete? Oh, I know.
It's true.
That was somewhere. Found it. What's in that envelope? Joe gave it to me. Says something ever happened. I should open it. Well, something certainly happened, so open it. Okay. Envelope inside with a single piece of paper.
What?
That's all that was in there? Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets, what could it be? How about under the bed sheets? But something hidden under the bed sheets? Hard of me to expect to find anything by looking up the sheets. What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Class number 78 student registry. Makuro Ikusawa.
I see.
It appears to be Makuro Ikusawa's profile. Yeah, it looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck to the headmaster's room along with the key. God, you're so annoying. Fine, I'll tell you. Yes, great. I read that. Stupid. Blank, I what I was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing, and this is what she left behind. No time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together, then look down at the profile sheet. Name Makuro Ikusawa, sex female, the ultimate soldier. Oh, great. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She had shown an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. Interesting international investigation turned up no information that she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Frenir, I can't say it, for those 3 years. She said that she had been kidnapped, that she received battle training for her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. The Ultimate Soldier, mercenary group. This doesn't fit. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's nonfiction, the other's sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That was why I saw things just as a person, but then never imagined I would hear the name Frenir in a place like this. You recognize it?
Naturally.
The Frenir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. It is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Frenir is already...
Found it!
Oh, I feel like our hero's becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero! Alright, it's you!
What?
Have you got it in your pretty little hand there? What? Oh, you found her profile. So what if we did?
Hey!
Don't freak out on me. I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forget is this Misogami who broke the rules and busted the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag a corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
What?
Our rule violation is really so unforgivable. You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on dedication to organization and order. Which is why even I, as a school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course!
Absolutely. I can't have you complain about how unfair it all is now, can I? In fact, on the object of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? It's about one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I've ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey,
We all first got together in the main hall, right? Back when there were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. Misunderstanding, are you saying?
In other words...
That's right, there weren't actually 15 of you.
Yes,
The total
indeed!
number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16. 16 then?
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Oh, okay. I hope your food was delicious. If you're even still here, I have no idea.
The 16th student.
Oh, god
found
damn
hidden
it! This is
somewhere
like
in
the 6th
school.
motherfucking time you played this damn
The
scene!
one they call Watch Out.
16th student Makuro Kazawa. She's part of the school life, so the one making all the regulations is...
Why?
Why?
Huh?
Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well because, like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know?
Yes, indeed!
Make sense? No.
Well now.
Okay then, that's all I got for now. Oh, actually, there's some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you, Revenge. I wanted to get back at that sneaky Miss Kiguri, so I'm going to share a little secret with you. So seriously?
Hey,
You know she wears those stupid clothes day in and day out all the time? Well, tell me what I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. But, okay, now that's all you get. Just, oh, hey, look, you're still there. Kyoko wears these gloves covered with a bunch of scars. Wait, so the one back of her hand? That's not a scar, that's a wolf. The friend year, oh Jesus. The tattoo. Wait, but no. Monokomo specifically said there were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves to hide the scars, which means that's not Kyoko's corpse. I thought as much. Fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again, huh?
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His trap?
Such
God, I must
ignorance.
have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student.
That's
here.
right.
Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro was the one creating the rules of the game. But why would he tell us that, and why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro was connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case.
It's certainly
Perhaps she's the one
possible.
who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game. Mukuro was the killer? She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when investigating first began. Yeah, except the hand of the quotes does not have a shit ton of fucking scars! So you're wrong.
What?
But based on what Mukuro just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear
Mukuro
now.
Kusaba isn't the culprit. What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro, the ultimate spirit, was the mastermind's true identity, but if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point.
So, in other words,
Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. Makes more sense then to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap? Do you want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion? That's what makes sense to me. The way you said it definitely does seem possible. If that's really true, Mukuro's not the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. Let's find out if the key and the dojo are really connected.
Let's go.
Well, are you coming? No, I don't want to come with you. You're an asshole. Oh, fuck, you are here. Our one lock is here. They use wood block leads just used for traditional public bathhouses. Looks like they have found Kyoko really does go on these lockers.
I see.
Makoto, do you see the locker furthest to the right?
Very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what this means, right? I should probably use the key and find out on the lock after we found the locker, right?
That's right.
Well, just try it. Okay, asshole. I took out the wood block key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock and click. The locker eagerly accepted the key and it opened. There are arrows in here. It looks like 10 arrows in total. They look like they're all made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong sticks. Strong sticks. Titanium arrows. Oh, there's something on the else inside the locker. It's a wrapped up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is that a bloodstain?
I see.
If it is, that means it must surely be related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow, but how could it possibly be involved? Bloody duct tape. Clearly, double locker has to offer for now. Something
Very
wrong?
strange.
Very odd, don't you think? The locker was hidden items that were clearly related to the case, but how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps... Bacula? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. What next location?
What?
There's still something we need to look into. We do more research on Frenir. Frenir? You mean the mercenary group that Makuro was part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't obvious? We're in the school where you go to do research on something. Research. Are you talking about the archive? That's right, the archive is all kind of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We have so much time for a trust bug and hurry. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the corpse was like the person was not killed in the fucking garden. Maybe you want to have people search for a room with a shit ton of fresh blood. Just saying. Alright, I'm dipping. Bye. I believe there was a file related to... See, I can't... Frenrir. That sounds wrong. Somewhere over here. Bacula seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand, and he went straight to a shelf in the back. Here we go. A great turn with a file in hand.
I see.
Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? Holy shit! How do you make it all the way into high school without learning a single word of French? Cause it's not required to pass school! So, I didn't take fucking French. Oh, I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, whatever. I'll read it for you. But I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. No. I'll repay no debt. Frenir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Frenir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into an enemy. Any enemy. They move involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they acquired. Some, however, believe there was a mounting internal tension within the group and they simply imploded.
What?
What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality. The only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. You don't look excited! Not to mention, why does your face do that? That's not normal. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Frenir. Now that you mention it, the report says something about where the name Frenir comes from, right? That's right, said Frenir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? I don't want to hear what you have on Norse mythology, thank you. So that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad will get tattoos and Frenir somewhere on their body. What? They got tattoo of Frenir? Could that mean... Yeah! Oh, now the profile is added! Oh, look at that class trials beginning. And it's 4:42. Making sweet time. I like class trials.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us, organisms, the earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that.
No.
Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial. So,
hate this
please
guy.
meet up in the...
Yep, okay, that part's normal. Then time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
It would seem that way. Let's go. I don't like you, Bacula. Whoa, Bacula and Makoto showed up together? Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together, just two of you?
Huh?
What, are you jealous?
Hey.
Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and embrace yourself. He'll be here any second. Any second? He can show up at any time. When I imagined what's about to happen, I immediately tense up and prepared myself, but... stood there for full 5 minutes waiting for something weird to happen, and then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma showed up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again? What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or... or what? Jesus! Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait till late like that? What? I made you wait? You go all backwards. You're the one that's making me wait. Huh?
In other words...
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here, now can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay. I promise to want to make us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange the punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. The voice. We'll spin around to look. Yep, I knew she wasn't dead. That's kind of obvious. I'm here, and no rule's been broken. Kyoko? Kyoko, you're still alive. No, that's like a ghost. Stop talking. You want to fight? Do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
Is that right?
I'm in here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. Now make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you. What's going wrong with Kyoko? Kyoko? So you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God, I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us, huh? He's right, now we're gonna deal with the ghost. Idiot. I told you to stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Pacula stepped into the elevator. Master, wait for me! Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long? I'll be happy when this trial is all over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator, but I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you, where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you?
Correct.
So I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then why did you find out?
So...
Just now, I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. But I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late?
However...
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to?
Wrong.
Actually, besides, not quite.
In other words...
I used one to come with a secret tool which can open any lock in the school. What?
Just a second!
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up, before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I want to focus on surviving our current situation.
It would seem...
Because it's probably the single most gruesome moment so far for me. For her, that's a strange way to put it. This cross trial is important for everyone, right? So why would you say it's a gruesome moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? I have no idea. Before the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. Yep, you're always the last one, though. So, that's cool. The door slid shut, and you started going down. Ears. Once again, I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure. Yep. So I stood there, silent still. After a immense period of time, doors opened without warning. A dazzling light, blah, 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 blah. Light of hope. Divine light of despair. Holy shit, this is bright!
I can't wait!
Everybody's thinking, waiting for this. It's like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed.
Thrills!
Let's
Chills!
start the show! So, current note for the... Oh, fucking hell. I don't care. Yep, let's save it. Focus gauge by 2. Ding! That's everything, right? Yep. Time to know the show.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will, then I'll punish everyone. Okay, well.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko! There's no other explanation.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No! That's a ghost!
But She has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology!
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh! You know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
Oh, Hero, how can you be this stupid? There's no way the corpse was Kyoko, but if I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. So I'll make a choice but to do this ridiculous thing, because Hero's a complete fucking idiot. God damn, Hero. Tattooed on the right hand, exploded body analysis, probably that one. Fake nails make. Oh, it does. Can't rub fake nails,
That
I guess.
Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
No shit, it's idiotic. I know the body's Kyoko's, and I know I can prove it. Oh, that's fucking it!
Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, there's that one. God, Hero.
No. There's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails. Don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
Hero, you're a fucking dumbass.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
No shit.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
Oh, shut up, Hero.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Divine victim. Everything starts from there. And here we go. Oh, logic would dictate it would have to be Kuro. But there's a couple things not adding up with all that.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out.
I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file.
Well, if we can't identify...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
Okay, I don't think we wanted to go by the face.
Kyoko
That would make
really
no
is
sense.
Still, then who died?
There's gotta be... I don't think so. And there wasn't any description in... Well, if we can't identify the body...
No, that's wrong. There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real?
If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
More information about the victim's identity should become clear. That's it?
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
Here's the reason Fenrir is. Oh, for the love of God! Are you fucking serious? Oh, L. What the hell? Whoa, wolf. Fenrir's a wolf, not a dog.
Now I understand! The representation of Fenrir is... a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man! After all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. Then that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description.
Well, I did.
All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Shit, not that.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Nope! There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
There only only be two possibilities.
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden.
It's just that early up, though! The body should be soaking wet to the bone. They hadn't had enough time to completely dry.
However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
But... no, that's not true! The body.
I have something I'd like...
Are you thinking of raising an up?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Oh god, we're playing the old-time show.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
7 p.m. 9 a.m. I don't have valid for 10 p.m. 7:30 a.m. Okay, it looks like the game as we go. I'm back for that period. I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during that time. I don't have an alibi. To do that, I have to make it clear where the body ended up in the garden. Well, the body is soaking wet to the bone, so had to have been there after 7:30.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
We've established a time. It took place somewhere between and 9 o'clock. Yep. And Makoto...
Yeah, from 10 to 7:30.
Oh, come on!
Shoot!
I was right, you piece of shit!
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night
and 9 o'clock in the... Yep. And Makoto...
Yeah, from 10 to 7:30.
Oh, what the fuck?!
Shoot!
God, fucking, is there a fucking weak point that's not a time?
It took place somewhere between and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto...
Yeah, from 7:30.
That's more than enough time. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now
God,
would be
how
the
am I supposed to... But there's nothing in there that makes any fucking sense!
We've established a time frame for the murder.
effects of your body aren't
It
gonna
took
help.
place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night
Maybe.
And 9 o'clock in the Yep. And
Yeah, from to 7:30.
Oh, come the fuck on! I don't know!
Shoot!
It's not making any sense! Like this.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere
I don't
between 10
fucking
o'clock
know.
at night.
Oh, really?
No,
Fuck
he's
you!
wrong.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you! That was a fucking trick.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
Fuck my brain and thinking the way it does. That's actually more obvious now that I think about
And
it.
what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words!
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Oh my god, Toko!
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
Let's get this over with. God, this is dumb.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! How can you say it?
This should prove it. Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko only with an alibi, which would mean that Makoto's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone.
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me, and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
The tarp that's suddenly there that's dirty.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Huh?
What?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
Something to see the covered body could have been... There's a tarp.
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Yeah, but how could he uncover the damn thing? The way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body...
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be?
Can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. These are what Kyoko said. Okay. But the tarp wasn't on the body. It should have still been on the body when we found it. Unless Kyoko did something. What about the bomb? The bomb's gone in the...
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
I remember the blood on the body hadn't dried yet. Oh my god.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirt is because the sprinkler...
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless.
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty!
No, that's wrong! Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh! Yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage? What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
Then where's the fucking victim's blood?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No. That's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
The chicken. The fucking chicken. This is getting weird. I have no idea who did anything.
I got it! Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I don't think the...
I have to agree. That certainly is strange.
Well, I'm more of the mind that the death didn't exactly take place in the garden.
Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
That
covered it
makes less
beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
No.
I think so. Wait, no.
It wasn't even wearing
the head
coat.
was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body.
But where'd they get the bomb?
They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
Oh, back on me again. Why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. Sky's dead body has been added to the... Okay.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one.
There's the bomb. It reminds me of the...
Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it?
I don't know.
Hey! Why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Moron.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black
Oh,
and burnt?
god damn
The
it.
one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere
Oh,
before.
crap.
That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Now I gotta refute this too. Alright. Well, we can assume that Makoto didn't do it because the game was apparently only halfway over in the last chapter, so...
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
Uh-huh.
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah,
Then why did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it. It's just...
I know. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious! Very suspicious indeed.
Hero, you're full of suspicions. You're like pure suspicious, so shut the fuck up.
The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto.
No.
Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
You're interesting enough to know I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. Just the bomb fragments. The fucking bloody bomb fragments that make no sense. Alright, let's just go through this. This is the whole thing first time through. See, that helps. Oh, it's
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
No, you forgot to lock his door
Just
before.
because I had the knife once? That automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
I didn't mean to do that. Also, I got no idea how to refute any of that! The bomb, which means the knife was thrust to the coat into the body. That
The
doesn't...
knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that, that seals it! Just because I had that automatically...
Well,
Getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
Fuck! I don't know! I have no fucking idea! I don't know. I don't fucking know.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that, that seals it! Just because I had that automatic...
well, so there's no...
You took that knife and...
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
The knife
I
we
don't-
found lodged in the dead
I don't...
body.
I don't
It's
know.
the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it?
Maybe.
If he
I don't
did
know.
have that knife, that
I
seals
have
it!
no
Just because I
fucking
had that
idea.
automatically...
Well,
Getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
I don't know. I don't know. God damn it. I don't fucking know.
The knife we
I got
found
no-
lodged
I
in
don't
the
even
dead
know.
body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is,
Where the
isn't
fuck
it?
this
If he
guy's
did
dead
have
body?
that, that
I have no
seals it.
fucking idea.
Just because
For all
I
I
had
know,
that
I have to hit the
automatically-
first one.
Getting stabbed is what killed her.
Oh, thank God.
No, that's wrong!
Holy balls.
Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
Was that twice in the same spot? No, there's no way that's possible. The exact condition of the body was written down for anyone to see.
I got it!
Oh, thank
The
God.
Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. Totally forgot about that.
Then the knife...
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body
the hell?
afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kinda goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic-level spontaneous combustion!
Oh, Hero, don't open your mouth ever.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural, because of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate.
The Monokuma file said there was wounds all over her, right? Like previous wounds?
It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
Oh, fucking hell, I have no idea. I don't know. Okay, I've only got file number 5. This is a bit simpler than some of the others.
Then, shall we continue the debate?
Please, by all means.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
We don't know that.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right?
Fuck!
And then there's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Wait, that might be right.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire
Fucking stop
body.
missing, brain! The turn's precious. Fresh leaves.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that,
I'm gonna have to hit it 'cause I don't know.
the victim had suffered countless wounds across
That
her
one's right.
entire body.
Weren't fresh?
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet...
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well,
Yeah?
And it wasn't because of the knife, right?
And then
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the
I don't
back of her
fucking
head.
know!
Shoot!
I have no idea. I have not a single goddamn
Then shall we
motherfucking clue.
continue the debate?
Not a goddamn one.
The victim's fatal
There's no one
injury
else here
has yet
either,
to be
so I have no
determined,
fucking
correct?
idea. I can't even look at anything.
the explosion...
Oh, fuck, I can! Alright, let's look at this. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were over dead before the blast. Okay, we know that. We know it was dead before the blast. The victim was stabbed a single time, which might bleed through the body. They also was struck in the head with an object about the thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but they were at least several days old. Okay, those wounds are old. Maybe it's speculous.
Yeah. And it wasn't then.
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. And more than that, the victim had suffered
countless wounds across her entire body.
Oh no! I only got 2 hearts left. Oh no!
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah. She was already.
And it wasn't because of the. Then there's.
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it.
Dead before the blast. The explosion. Maybe.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Yeah, I don't actually know.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal
injury has yet to be determined.
Oh, god damn it!
Shoot!
I don't fucking know! Alright? None of it makes any damn sense! Damn it! I don't know.
Shall we continue
I can't make another goddamn mistake.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
None of it's wrong. I don't.
Didn't kill her for sure.
I can use other weak points, but
yes.
Maybe it's the explosion.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
She was already told.
And it wasn't then.
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
We'll shoot at the explosion, see what the fuck happens.
Then
that's
shall we continue?
Right.
The victim's fatal.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Shoot!
Yeah, I know it failed.
Is the...
Yeah, I want to give it another
I
shot.
refuse to give up yet.
Oh, well, failing's not as bad as I thought. I thought I had to start the whole class trial over again.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right?
And then
oh yeah. That's gotta be it.
There was evidence that showed she was hit on the...
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire...
Would that be it? I don't know.
Then shall we continue the debate?
I honestly have no fucking idea. There we go!
No, that's wrong.
I'm not on the ball today. Man, this trial's
died
kicking my
because
ass.
of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
Yeah, I have no idea.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe!
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground and spit on it.
I feel the same way! Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
No! No! I haven't! I really haven't! I'd say... Oh!
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Arrow? That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kinda weird.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master! You have no right!
Next time we're going over the evidence so I can at least remember all of it and know what I have.
I'm not backtalking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
So far I've been kind of failing miserably. At least it's my first time failing completely, I guess. Down it, because there's no more thing about that weapon. One more secret. It's made out of fucking titanium! Could it have already been dead?
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
No! Fuck, I didn't mean to do that. That was the wrong damn button.
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, 'cause in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to Master! You have no right!
Damn arrow wouldn't be nearly thick enough. That's why they used multiple
the titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker. I have no doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound
Well, it said the weapon must have... It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Ah, fuck.
Shoot!
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the...
Are you sure?
You don't sound
Well, it said the weapon must have... It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Aha!
No, that's wrong!
I almost let it go. I was like, I guess it makes sense.
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto? What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to. The death of us all, remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
Oh, damn.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb.
Hey, Bacula, you had the key!
That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime.
Were you really all together the whole time? could have been killed before midnight and moved the body there later. No, that would... Then again, Toko would be an alibi. The other two really...
This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just, there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just... protecting you.
What?
She protected me? Does that mean she... attacked? She came to my rescue? Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko, she killed someone for me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Oh no, it doesn't add up. She's more about a mystery. Killing someone is not really something she'd be interested in. Not when it would deny her from discovering the ultimate mystery about all the rest of this shit.
But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know?
What? Dracula should know better than anyone? What does that mean?
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
She couldn't have
Exactly
gotten into the
what I
locker! Holy shit,
I'm
she
not
couldn't have
the
gotten into the
killer.
locker! She didn't
You
have
should
her...
understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are
It
you
would have been
hiding?
impossible for her to...
Master would
Who
never
the fuck
hide
killed
something
the
from me!
person then?
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo lock and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
No, you couldn't have, because you couldn't get to your fucking room!
Those words you just spoke.
Just getting good
What
again!
do you mean?
Exactly
I'm
what I
not
said.
sure.
I'm not the
Killer.
God, she sounds weird. God heavens.
You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that
You aren't the culprit.
Booyah! I didn't fuck up this time!
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Huh? Why not?
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
It would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
But those who the fuck killed the person then? That was not actually true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us and an obvious lie. What? This just isn't like her. Trying to save herself with such a desperate lie? Does she really feel that threatened because she's the killer? Something else. But she couldn't have been the killer though, because that would have to get it out of the locker. Which was... Unless the body's been dead for some time. God damn it! Why do you gotta be the way you are? Mastermind's trapped? Mastermind's trying to trap Kyoko? But what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I do? I don't know. The Mastermind's trapped. Everyone's just going to wait a few seconds. Gotta go. I'll be right back. Never mind, that's gonna have to wait. Thing I want to do. So let's keep going. The victim was Makuro and Kyoko killed her. What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie, I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it, but who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The Mastermind's trap? What do I do? I have to decide right here now, rather not... I don't know! I don't know! I don't know what to do! I don't know what to do! I don't know what to do! I don't know! I don't know! I don't... we should on... out of curiosity, what if I let it go? Okay, that actually was a real choice thing. Alright.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept.
I have no idea.
I suppose we
shit.
have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
God damn it!
What? It had to be Makoto, right?
Are we back at this again?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the Mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
Does that mean I did bad? I don't know. I'm fucking confused!
Now, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice?
I don't know.
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I have no idea what's going on. I don't know. Yep. So am I dead? Did I fuck up? I have no idea. What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Uh-huh. Wrong. You got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job.
Yep.
Yeah, they got it right. No, that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
Makes perfect sense.
Shing!
It's the same as always. It's like all the other class trials. The same way.
Chills!
It's time for your head
Chills!
pounding, partially through and punishment. Wait, what do I... Kyoko?
I don't expect you to forgive me.
What?
What just happened? What's this? What's going on? Hey, was that... yeah, it had to be.
This
Alter
is...
Ego? Alter Ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network! Damn it all to hell, I don't believe this! It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other
What I'm
words,
saying is you shouldn't have underestimated us. What are you talking like? You've already won! I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an inch. The stupid virus is gone now. Got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get the smash and flap, but you're never gonna see him again. Whisked away in a garbage-strewn pit in a way that's even better special punishment. But still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay, we're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh?
In other words...
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. I don't! I'd like to know! Can I be in on this? Massive high school towers over all the other buildings in the bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. I don't know what's going on! Host Peak Academy brings top students from every field, middle school, and a whole bunch of shit. Oh, come on! Can we hurry up? We've seen this crap before. Yep. It's looked like beginning. Two things need to attend to the school. One, you have to already attend high school, and, yep. Last year, I'm supposed to be the ultimate lucky student. Standing there at the gate of the ultimate school, blah, 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 blah. Can you wake up now, please? Shit got interesting! What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on the hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird to knock off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but I was doing sleep here just now. It wasn't any class I've ever been in before. What the heck's going on? Ooh, Jesus. Well, this is interesting. Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or was this another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench of in my nostrils were too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. So best start counting with barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must have been some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. That was just the beginning of my problems. No, shit! I get y'all wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. Alright, I'll be right back. Hopefully he's out of the fucking shower now. All too well what had happened. I was gonna die, and then I didn't die. Alter Ego saved me, and he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now, for myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First, I'll start looking for any way out of here. Well, that's a rocket in a tank. I better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. There's a lock here. Rattle, rattle. It's locked. Rattle, rattle. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked and it didn't budge. It isn't gonna be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon. So I look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I search for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are all around a bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked on all sides, but that's still not enough to reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. To make a proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to reserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think I last a full day. At least a full day had to have passed, and all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky was a sign. Not exactly. Gark. What the? This strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell up from above. What could it have been? Did a giant piece of trash fall down here? hand out towards Tumble Donald with me.
Just a second.
Giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from a pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells awful.
There's something on your head! This feels awful. Kyoko, you look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick sharp shake to get rid of the trash that faced me again. Here's something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Oh, precious food and water! Thank you! Thank you from the heavens! She snatched from dry water she's holding up for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth, making its way toward my stomach. Ooh, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up, then? Of course not. After all, the fact I kept going forward is all about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Let's talk to her again. But Kyoko, why did you come to rescue me? To pay a debt, or no, to atone. Atone?
You.
Turn the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. Bye! So, you knew that I knew?
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that, you didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive at any cost. Why'd you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive...
In other words...
is so that I can do what I came to the school to do. What? I made up my mind to come up to Havoc Academy for one very important reason. Do you have some reason for coming to Havoc?
Indeed.
That's right, at least I did once. Until recently I've forgotten what it was. I forgot that that's... And no matter what... Does it really truly lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? First thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost memory because... I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
It could also mean, somehow, my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind, which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things for myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that, we'd all work as one. The mastermind would have noticed right away, plus, there's always a chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal if it's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us. If she believed that, then of course you couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit of what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but... I see, your intuition is right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I... understand. I should... understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's... to stay here.
So there's your head before, but what did this happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
You know I still trust you, you know. It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for your help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just your personality. More of the talking. You said you had a reason doing all that investigating on your own, so how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
There's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. Mention your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. Ding ding ding! I was correct in that one! The ultimate detective?
Correct.
And that reason I came to Havoc Academy, there was someone I had to find. You had to find someone who...
So...
Well, it was the headmaster of Havoc Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father.
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child, and as it turns out, he became the headmaster of Havoc Peak. Kyoko's dad is Havoc Peak's headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. Well, go find him. Yeah, you went fucking kind of berserk.
My
memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose was for coming here was to find him. That makes sense. But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said that I felt based on what I seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked, the cells were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. I mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. Some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Makuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room could likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there?
However...
Once I got there, I noticed that the second floor dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like, the part of school I mean? It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in the school is more horrific than we ever imagined. Oh god! I kinda wasn't hoping for more horrific, because I kinda thought it was pretty bad already. But, okay, what do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself. I'm not sure you'll get your chance soon. I'm sure you'll get a chance soon enough. Ooh, I can see it! I can see it! Oh boy, I'm excited! Sounds like it must be important. It really is ominous. Can we just have one conversation?
However...
Of course, once I got to the second floor of the dorms, there was no cameras and no monitors. Which is why I had no idea what was going on there. Actually, it's my fault. It's due with the Makuro Kusama, doesn't it? To be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her? What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Makuro Kusama was to get me killed. Get you killed.
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With no restrictions, you're free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words...
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations. Hey. There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Makuro Kusama. What's that? There was a point where Makuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you. I could have become the victim?
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... during that night? I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway.
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had some sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow across the corridor. I gave chase right away as I followed. I saw the shadow go into your room.
Correct.
I ran to your room when I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However...
But it wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever the mass assailant was, they ended up dead.
Correct.
And the murder was disguised, and the dojo key went up in my room. It's all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use a class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Makuro was also the mastermind,
Indeed.
right? I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if it's true. If it means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but that doesn't create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use a class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right, that is a contradiction. And that's not just Makuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words...
It means the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Makuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead, but I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about what happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history? The tragedy, whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair. That's a big old group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that's forced us to go through this. But who is it? That is the ultimate despair, and that is our real enemy. 100-mile dash. Pain of a junk food junkie. Title actually makes no sense now that I think about it. Everyone 6 still. There might have been 7 last time, and I was only 6. To be continued. Man, I get in front of some interesting shit next time. Okay, got a rocket. That's interesting. 5 alive. So what do you think? Man, shit got interesting. And we're gonna end it there. Okay, it's 6:06. And it's chapter 6, and we'll pick up on this tomorrow. So, goodbye, and see you all next time.